Hey everyone, welcome to the Crypto Beach. We've got Coco here from LA. She's gonna share how she got into crypto, some tips, and some trends that are really exciting as an artist. So go right ahead, take it away.
All right, well, do you want me to start at the beginning or?
Yeah, definitely. How did you get into crypto?
So I got into crypto in the summer. I actually heard from a friend at a cookout that he was paying his tuition with crypto, and that really blew my mind. At the time, I was a struggling artist without a job. Um, I lost my job due to COVID. And so when I heard about NFTs as well, it just like blew my mind. Um, and so I went straight down the rabbit hole. And for me, that was crypto Twitter, YouTube. Um, and I really just tried to learn like everything that I could from the basics up, blockchain, cryptocurrency, Web3, smart contracts, and decided to just go for it and have kind of been slowly building a little community myself, been working on a project called Stargate and also releasing my own pieces here and there. Um, yeah, and I also host a show called New Girl on the Blockchain, and we love to onboard women, especially, but newcomers of all genders and backgrounds to the Web3 community. So I'm really glad to be here.
Definitely. Let's unpack how you got, smart about crypto.
Okay.
Who did you follow? What kind of platforms were you using?
So Coin Bureau on YouTube,
Mm,
you
okay.
know, yeah, he really, I must have watched like 100 of his videos. I'm not even kidding. Like,
Oh, wow.
I was in it, man. I was like,
You went down the
the
rabbit
moment I
hole.
woke up to the moment I went to bed, I was like in the background, just constantly. I mean, it was like fascinating to me, and seeing people on Twitter like post about their success and seeing artists post about like their sales and stuff, it was really motivating for me. Um, and so I just kind of like plugged myself right in. I would hop into spaces a lot, Twitter spaces, and just say hi or ask questions. And that's kind of how I started to meet people, um, and learn. Really, it was asking a bunch of questions.
How did you overcome the fear of putting money up to mint and all that? Because it's not like money just grows on trees these days. You got to work hard for it. Tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about that.
Um, that's a good question. Hmm. It took me probably 2 months in the space to invest in my first NFT.
Okay.
And my first NFT project was called Encryptas. They're not really super well known, but still in my heart, I'm really glad that that was my, my first project because I just really believe in the community and the artist. But that was my first investment. And I remember like checking the floor every day, and I think
Mm.
I really didn't fully understand until I like invested and took the step and like learned by doing. Um, and then I just got it, Like when that NFT hits your wallet and it reveals, you're just like, oh, okay.
Right.
This is what it is.
Nice. Gotcha. All right. So fast forward, you've had a lot of experiences. Talk to us a little bit about the difference from selling your own artwork, um, being part of a project, or investing in a project, and kind of walk us through your experience.
Three really different experiences. Um, so being part of a project, selling a project, and investing in a project. So being part of a project, is a lot of work.
Oh,
And especially as an artist, as a generative artist, you're essentially creating hundreds of layers, right? Because when the art generates, it's like a randomization. So you know, the person minting doesn't know what they're gonna get, and there's rarities, and there's all sorts of backgrounds and stuff. So behind that is an artist creating like all of these layers to be randomized. So that took a long time and a lot of effort and a lot of teamwork. You know, constantly like pairing all the for us it was spaceships and backgrounds, like to make sure everything matches up, to make sure, you know, nothing is like overlapping in a weird way. So it's a lot of work, a lot more work than I think
yeah.
people realize. um, and beyond that, now the work is in like the marketing. um, there's
Yeah.
tokenomics behind it, and that's really kind of like out of my job description, but it's really interesting to see the team and how they're working through all that now.
How much time are we talking about here? You know, um, and what tools are
Okay.
like critical for you to deliver on that?
um, I would say critical tool is an iPad.
Okay.
I would say iPad Pro, because there's no lag between when you're drawing on the surface and like the screen and your pen. There's no lag, so it's literally like you're drawing on a paper. And um, that's just my opinion, but you
Got
know,
it.
technically could use any iPad or any tablet really.
Okay.
um, I use Procreate, and
Okay.
it's amazing. It's $10, literally $10. um, does pretty much everything you need it to do in a Photoshop Illustrator realm. You can even like export your files to a Photoshop file and continue it there. So that's definitely, I would say, the most important thing for an artist is to like get a tablet to draw on. And then I forget your other question.
Yeah, the other question was how much time did you spend?
Um, Probably hear my cat.
Yeah, no, I've got two. So you know,
Mhm. I honestly, dude, like I feel like it was like a straight month. Like I'm like
oh wow.
even like I was working on this like every day, morning till
Right.
night. Like it was,
Okay.
yeah, it was a lot of work. But I think it was like a straight month of like grunt work, and now it's like I can, you know, work here and there on different like marketing images, but it's a lot more relaxed than creating the layers.
Got it. And was there a lot of collaboration when you created the layers? Meaning you would create something, you had to shoot it back to the team, and then the team had to get back to you, and like that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, so I was working really closely with the project manager. So like literally every single layer I would send to him, and he would like approve it essentially, or he would ask me to change something, or we would collaborate together and like, well, I like this, no, I like this, okay, let's make it like this. So it really was a lot of teamwork.
Right.
You know, like I was the hands, but
Mm-hmm.
they gave me a lot of inspiration, and they really like helped steer me in the right direction. um yeah, it was a lot of collaboration.
Got it. Got it. And were you the only artist working on it, or were there other artists?
Yeah, I'm the only artist.
Oh wow. So you you was grinding. Okay. All
Yeah,
right. Yeah, you were grinding. When they provided you with inspiration, what did that look like? Was that just kind of stock images that they shared with you, or did you guys do kumbayas and stick? I don't know.
so like we didn't want to completely copy any starship that was already created, like from Star Wars or Star Trek or anything. We also thought like legally we probably couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So what we would do is like take elements from starships and like mash up the photos into like one like collaged starship, and then I would draw it from
See,
there.
I see. That makes sense. Okay. So second part of the question, you know, when you sold your one of ones, what was that like?
It's really empowering. Like today I've sold two.
Wow.
Like, let me tell
Congratulations.
you, thank you. The feeling never gets old. Like
Oh, wow.
to to be able to make money, like I'm living off of my art, you know. This
Wow.
was never possible for me in the past, or it, you know, it just never happened for me. Um, and this has completely changed my life. I'm literally living my dream job every day.
Wow.
Um, so it's amazing, and it's even cooler that like I'm creating what I want to create, and people are interested and they want to invest in it.
Okay. Well, look, you know, we don't have to jump into the last question, which was like how you select, you know, which art you're going to invest in.
Yeah.
Just for the purpose in the interest of time, can we talk a little bit about the trends, things that you're working on? You had mentioned onboarding, and I'd love for you to share that with this with the audience.
Yeah. Um, so trends right now, I really feel like one of one artists are having a moment. Maybe I'm biased, but I feel like it's a lot harder for generative projects, especially like anamorphic projects. So like the animal cartoons to like
Hmm.
sell out these days. Um, and I see more and more people investing into profile picture or portrait projects from one of one artists. I think that's going to be a trend going into next year. Um, and onboarding, I would say just start small. Like even just getting a Coinbase and putting like $10 into ETH, not financial advice, and watching it go up and down and like kind of just feeling like the emotions as it goes up and down, you'll start to like get it. But you really, I think, have to learn by doing. Um, I think too, it's really important to be on Twitter. I was never a Twitter person. I was always Instagram. But now I'm like 100 billion% Twitter. Um, the community is amazing. Like, reach out, interact with people, be genuine, comment on people's stuff, um, ask questions in spaces, and yeah, that that's
What about your platform?
yeah. So we have a show called New Girl on the Blockchain, and it's every Tuesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we always have a topic. Sometimes it's really basic, like blockchain. We get into like what that even means. And sometimes we go a little bit further into something like DeFi. We talk about investing and yield farming and like concepts like that. Um, and we really just want to like educate and empower women to, you know, make their money and learn what is talked about in this space. um, there's a lot of like acronyms and concepts always thrown around, and it's like hard to keep up, so we try to help people keep up. It's a safe space to ask questions, so I invite anyone to come.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you so much for sharing.